15 News at 4 starts now.
Now at 4, hundreds of thousands of new documents released, the latest on the investigation of some of Governor Walker's former aides. Plus, the disturbing new numbers on the amount of law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty in 2014. We'll have a look at where Wisconsin ranks nationwide. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kristen Mazer. We'll get to those stories in just a moment. But first, the winter cold is finally here. That is a live look outside our Capitol Sky Cam. May see the sun out there, but it is a cold one. Many wondering, will those frigid temperatures stick around? Meteorologist Brian Dukes has that answer. Brian.
Hey, Kristen, definitely cold out there. We're not accustomed to this. It's been a rather mild month, and the sunshine did make it feel nice, but as you stepped outside, you were hit with that bitter cold air. And with the clear skies continuing, that means cold air will likely be with us all night long. We're only at 13 degrees right now in Madison. 18 in Janesville is already down into the single digits in La Crosse. In the single digits, that's where the wind chill is, if not below zero already. It only feels like 2 degrees here in Madison, much colder off to the north and west, and that's where we do have wind chill advisories in place for our viewing area. That includes Juneau and Adams County, where by early tomorrow morning, you'll likely see wind chills as cold as 25 below zero. Elsewhere, we'll see temperatures going into the single digits by around 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. By early tomorrow morning, many places could be experiencing below zero temperatures with those wind chills around 15 below zero. We'll talk about that, your New Year's Eve forecast, and one chance of snow as we head into the weekend. The full details in a few minutes. Kristen?
We're not used to hearing snow. All right, Brian, we'll check back with you then. New details today on a probe on some of Governor Walker's former aides. Milwaukee County has released 227,000 pages of emails and documents related to associates of the governor when he was county executive. The investigation is related to coordinated campaign activity between the governor's campaign and outside groups. Now, Walker wasn't charged, but 6 others were convicted on counts ranging from theft to misconduct in office, and today's release is the 5th such release since the investigation ended back in 2013. In a new Crime Tracker 15 report, police are on the scene after a bank robbery here in Madison earlier this afternoon. Now, this happened at the BMO Harris Bank on East Town Boulevard shortly before 2 o'clock. A male suspect described as white, 6'6", 5'6", with a medium build passed a note to a teller. He got away with money, and anyone with any information, please call Madison Police. Well, meanwhile, police are also looking for 5 men accused of using hammers to rob a West Bend jewelry store. Authorities say they smashed a display case at Husar's House of Fine Diamonds yesterday afternoon. They fled away in a tan minivan. Police eventually found the vehicle, which had been reported stolen, but no merchandise was inside. No arrests have been made at this time. The man responsible for dragging a state trooper 100 feet by his car has been arrested, and dash cam video of the incident has been released. Take a look. It happened last Friday after John C. Dotson was pulled over for driving erratically. You see that there, but he fled after the trooper approached his car. He managed to get away, but he was taken into custody yesterday after showing up to work. The officer was not seriously hurt. Around the world today, the CEO of AirAsia says the company is focusing on recovery operations. Now, sightings of bodies and debris from the missing passenger plane have been confirmed just 10 miles from the plane's last known coordinates. The airline says that it will give full support for family members of the victims.
You know, it's an experience I never dreamt of happening, and it's probably an airline CEO's worst nightmare. After 13 years of flying millions of people, it is the worst feeling one could have.
AirAsia says that although results haven't come out as to exactly what's to blame for the plane's demise, the airliner plans to provide financial assistance to families. In a look around the nation today, a new report shows that this has been an especially deadly year for police officers. The organizers of the National Police Memorial in Washington say that the number of officers killed jumped by nearly a quarter, and the number of gun-related deaths is up by more than half. Brian Moore has the story from Washington.
Another police honor guard, another flag-draped casket, and one more grieving family. In Charles County, Maryland, Patrolman First Class Jamel Claggett died when he lost control of his cruiser and crashed into a tree. He's just one of 126 local, state, and federal police officers who've lost their lives this year, a 24% jump over 2013, according to a new study by the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington.
Officers are at greater risk today than I've seen in recent times, and we need to do something to stop it.
50 officers were shot to death this year, a 56% increase over 2013. NYPD officers Rafael Ramos and Wen Jianlu were among 15 officers killed in ambush attacks, the highest number in nearly 2 decades. Ramos and Liu were gunned down by a suspect who bragged he'd get even for the officer-involved deaths of Eric Garner in New York and Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. California led the nation with 14 officers killed, followed by Texas, New York, Florida, and Georgia. Each name destined to join the ranks of fallen officers memorialized on these marble walls in Washington.
We should remember that there are 900,000 men and women in law enforcement who go out each and every day, putting their lives at risk for our safety and our protection.
A solemn reminder of those who've lost their lives and those still in danger every day while trying to protect and serve.
And here in Wisconsin, we rank last on the list among all states. A report released by the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund shows that only 1 fatality in Wisconsin in 2014. Now that is tied as lowest with 13 other states. A local 3rd grader has made the holidays a little bit more merry for the homeless in our area. NBC 15's Meredith Barrick has more on what the student has done to ensure many weren't forgotten this Christmas.
One night I was asking Mackenzie what she wanted for Christmas, and she said she didn't want anything. And when I asked her, what do you mean you don't want anything? She said that she wanted all of her presents to go to the homeless.
That's when Mom Sierra and 8-year-old Kenzie put the word out, hoping to raise just a few $100s and make Kenzie's wish into a reality. Through a fundraising webpage and donations, Kenzie exceeded her goal, raising over $1,000.
We bought hats, tissues, chapstick, gloves, stuff like that.
Thank you, sweetie.
But Kenzie and her family didn't just drop those items at a shelter or a donation site.
We went out by, where did we go out by?
Down by the square.
And then we passed, there was like maybe a couple of people that were homeless, like 15, 20. So we just started handing them out.
Kenzie had made 50 stockings in total, so she took the rest to the Bethel Lutheran Church.
They might not get any presents.
Making for a post-Christmas surprise for many of the homeless there.
Thank you.
I have everything that I need, and I don't think it's fair that they just don't have a home and probably have no families to go to. It's just not fair.
With a perspective many adults don't even have, Kenzie says she hopes this inspires others to do the same, no matter the time of year.
It'd be nice if they did the same thing, helped other people, instead of just helping other people that they know.
Easy to say that that young girl is very wise beyond her years. Kenzie hopes to continue helping the homeless and others in need, not just during the holidays, but year-round. And if you are interested in helping her with her cause, we do have a link to her fundraising page up on our website. Just head to NBC15.com. Coming up on NBC 15 News at 4, the cold weather can be especially dangerous for pets this time of year. Tips to keep your 4-legged friends safe this winter, plus the company that had an extra Merry Christmas this holiday season. Stick around, we'll be right back.